here for a week. We're excited to get stuck in.
This is really good.
Bright green trees surrounded by ocean.
It reminds me so much of Portugal.
You got to be quite careful. This is the only place really in Brazil where there are known shark attacks.
I guess I've never seen a curricane like this.
So getting scammed for a little bit of cash is not the worst thing that can happen to us. We're in Olinda, but we also feel like we're in another century.
So we're very excited.
It's so pretty. So this is Udon. B found it via Instagram. It's not just vegan though, is it? It's a full Japanese place, but they do specialize in the vegan sushi rodizio, which is...
It's like as much as you can eat, but they do like all fresh at the time. It's not a table where we're gonna just pick up the food like a buffet. So we're very excited because we love sushi and it's so good.
I think we're going to eat a lot of sushi today. We are surprised that there's quite a lot of different vegan options that we found so far in Recife. So we're here for a week. We're excited to get stuck in. And obviously we're excited to get stuck in today, right now.
How's it going so far?
Very well. A lot of sushi, a lot of different flavors, different ways to cook mushrooms, watermelon, tofu. Very good. Yeah, really impressed. A very diverse range of sushi, but still quite simple and traditional. So I guess that was a success.
Literally 2 hours later, we
101
finished.
pieces of sushi later.
It was so good. Oh my god, very full, delicious. Really recommend Udon sushi.
And now we're very ready to go explore.
Yeah.
So we're here, it's kind of like downtown Recife, but it's also like the island part. Parked on the street, there's loads of parking here actually, which is surprising. There's more parking than I thought there was going to be. But anywhere in Brazil, where there's street parking, there's people that have just decided that they work there and they've made it their own private parking, and you don't have to pay them. But they're always gonna like sort of not really help you park if you don't need it.
Yeah,
like,
they just
are they gonna
pretend and they then help you
like,
to reverse.
come, yep. Oh, here's a space, yeah. And they'll come sprinting at you from like a couple hundred meters down the street just to help you park, so that eventually they can just say, oh, that's 5 or 10 or 20 reais or whatever.
My parents, for example, or I do as well, sometimes they just do it just so they're not gonna do anything with the car, like
Shit, or
scratch it.
something.
So we ended up just like giving them 5 or 10 reais just so they kind of take care of the car.
You're under no obligation to pay them. It's just a little bit of a risk if you don't. This is cool. So this is Rua de Bom Jesus, and this whole area is called Recife. So not just the town, but this is the Recife part of Recife. All of this, everything around here, obviously it's been kept up and everything, but it all dates back to colonial times, and it's timed quite well with this brass band playing in the background as well. But the architecture around here is very colourful, very cool, and reasonably well kept up whilst keeping a decent level of authenticity. Alright, now we're inside the giant sculpture museum. So these are giant sculptures that are designed and used at Carnival time.
They brought this to Brazil in 1919, and this was like inspired by the Europeans.
We could have gone in there, it was 25 each or 35 with another one, but we could be bothered with that. And then this is the other museum that you got with it.
One is a lot of famous people around, you know. Here is just about
like a dolls, Madame Tussauds type of thing. And then this one is what?
It's about their culture, the nordestino culture.
The history stuff is fascinating, but it doesn't transfer well to the videos here. But still interested in this place. Was first discovered in like 1580. Yeah, there's a few hundred people here at most. and then they had to start building fortifications straight away because the Dutch were coming to try and take it. And you always see stuff like this, like the whole city gets shaped by the few early years of invasion and trying to defend it from outside sources that say, oh, this is land, we want this land.
No, because they came here first to see if they could find anything they could use to
Sell back in Europe.
But so they start with Pau Brazil and then sugar and then later coffee, but then they found
Gold.
the mines. Yeah, so this is when they actually
decided, oh, this is a place we want to start investing in. And cotton as well. They found out so much like wealth of stuff that they could export back to Europe that they couldn't keep up with the people. Well, originally they had an agreement with the locals, like the local tribes, and then they realized that they couldn't keep up that agreement, so they sacked off the local tribes and said, actually no, you're all going to be our slaves. And then even then still wasn't enough slaves, so they had to bring them all from Africa. The vast majority of Africans that got transferred or transported in the slave trade found themselves in Brazil. A lot of them found themselves in Salvador, which we were at. We didn't film too much because we were sick, but we're planning on going back, so we'll do more history research there if you're interested in that. And here we are. This looks like was the first part of Brazil that was discovered by European foreigners.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah, this is the Mark Zero where they actually landed.
From there they discovered and, well, exploited, but then, you know, ended up discovering and creating one of the most fascinating countries we've ever visited. Well, B doesn't visit, she's from here, but you get it.
Yeah, for me this place reminds me so much of Portugal, of Lisbon to be precise. It's very similar for me.
Oh, look, all the roads sort of stream off from here. What's funny about this riverfront is that even though the river's still clearly like dirty and you shouldn't be jumping in it or swimming, there's people just jumping off the edge because they don't care. They want to jump in and swim, and it's fun. So we went from being ridiculously full to walking for like an hour. So we decided that we have to come and get some vegan ice cream here at Jazzlato.
This is really good.
Yeah, it's a little bit tucked away in like a small gallery, but worth it from the atmosphere and more importantly, the taste.
This one looks like the proper European ice cream, innit? Mm-hmm. Enjoy it.
So now we're here at Praia de Boa Viagem.
And we're very hungry, so we just got some breads from the bakery. It's a Portuguese bakery here that looks very good. We got some bread, we also got some fruits in a way. Look at this, really amazing fruits.
Fresh.
Yeah, very excited.
Fresh tropical fruits. Having a picnic on the beach is a better option, especially when this beach is as pretty as this one is. I like the rocks just out there. Obviously the tide's out right now, but even then you can still just go in there and enjoy it more like a pool than the beach, and you don't have to deal with the waves, which is exactly how you like it.
And it's good because then you can keep the sharks away.
Yeah, apparently you got to be quite careful in Recife Beach because this is the only place really in Brazil where there are known shark attacks. B says they come right all the way to the beach. I'm not having that though. What is this?
Caldinho de feijão. It's like a little bean soup.
Like soup.
Yeah.
Corn's good. It's a bit weird.
But it's good. Maybe it's good with some bread. It's worth the experience.
It's like black beans, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of soup, like it's like thicker than the water that you get when you make the normal feijão here. And then the meal was good. Actually, it is good.
It's just weird, right?
So what do you think about this beach?
I think it's very nice, very well occupied. Like it has everything. It's showers, chairs, has bathroom, lot of people selling all kind of different food.
Loads of people selling.
Yeah.
You could come completely empty-handed and then get a full 3-course meal like made for you here by different individual people as they come past at the time, right? And some drinks, and then you could even come here without a blanket and a towel. They'll give you that as well. Sunglasses. They're selling everything here, man. And I think it's because it's such a big beach. They can sell along this whole stretch because the beach sort of stretches on forever. But the whole way down is occupied by apartments, hotels, etc. right on the front.
What I like also about the beaches here is you don't have to pay anything to use the chairs and the umbrellas. You just gotta consume something like
a drink, even just a drink or some food, yeah.
And it's nothing overly expensive. They're not expensive at all, really, is the price. So I think that is pretty good.
You don't feel pressured to stay here just because you've already paid or whatever, you know. Tide was down earlier, it was just like a pool and it was like easy to relax. Now, it's not very wavy, but the waves are now coming over, so there's movement. Here also it's like light earlier than it is later, so the bigger crowd comes to the beach in the morning because it's now like gone past midday. The sun's already sort of on its way down. Because we're on the east coast, it rises up from the sea. It's also going to dip behind those buildings, so the shade here starts even earlier than the sun going down. So you want to catch this beach nice and early if you want to get the sun, and that's what most people come to the beach for, right? So we came for lunch here at Spaceveg. It's located in this sort of like food truck park. Seems to be popular in these Brazilian cities now. There's loads of these places popping up. And this place is the only one that's open in the day for lunch, which is like perfect for us. Loads of like nice homey vegan dishes, and we decided to try a few of the different ones. We've got the stroganoff here, a homogeneous, which is like beans. What's the difference between a homogeneous?
Because this doesn't have a sausage and has banana, and this doesn't have banana, has sausage. It's just like
bean dishes. And then what are these?
This is like a little protein balls.
A few hours at lunch with this menu, and then they're open at night with only a crepe menu, and then everywhere else is open also at night. But we just found it on Google Maps, but
it looked very good.
Delight. Yeah,
you
really
like homemade food. It's nice.
Yeah, it's around 26 reais per plate, which is really good value. We're going to enjoy it. Clearly we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it so much. We got lunch for tomorrow and maybe a dinner for tonight as well at the apartment.
Oh yes.
Simple, perfect food. We can keep it stored in the fridge.
Delicious. This place is very good for it.
It's so pretty. Muito obrigado.
This is another day, and we are at Manu Tenório. Culinária Saudável. It's a kind of health food place, breakfast, and they have lunch as well. They have a lot of vegan options, that's why I'm here. And what I was looking for is for this like kind of set breakfast that looks delicious. Tofu, and they got some fruit salad, some nice coffee and milk, and some more like jam spreads and vegan cake too.
Interested by this fruit salad because it's kiwi.
Yeah.
We haven't had any kiwi since we've been here. And then this focaccia looks delicious. This is good. And this environment here is...
it's just so nice.
Yeah, very pretty. Perfect start to the day. Well, obviously the plate was good.
Yeah, it was really delicious. I just thought it was going to be a little bit bigger. But overall, I think it was enough. It was good.
It's different because this is a bit more upscale Brazilian sort of plate. And so with the upscale places, you always get like smaller quantities. Normally, when you type cafe in Google Maps in Brazil, you're gonna find like padarias, which is like bakeries. You're gonna find like real local places, not when you search for like places in the West where you're gonna find like a Starbucks, or you're gonna find a place, a cute cafe that you can go and work, or a prep. Here, coffee shops are like, they'll do some espressos, they might do some cafe puro, and then they're gonna do loads of different breads, and you're gonna get it and then you're probably gonna bugger off, or you're gonna eat it there and then bugger off. You're not gonna stay and chill, enjoy the ambience, have a conversation, get some work done, these sorts of things that you get in Western cafes. So you have to narrow down your search, or rural or other in the smaller towns. They're not gonna have places like this.
Now the only thing I'm gonna do is just get another coffee and get some work done, because I just need to work a couple hours a day. We just arrived at Cantina Vegetariana. This place has been very recommended, both for Google Maps and for other vegan influencers from here that I follow. So I'm very excited to try it because it looks very good.
Oh yeah?
So what we got here is a little starter. We have a few things that are very common in whole Brazil. Pão de queijo is one, and another thing which is very similar to pão de queijo is dadinho de tapioca, which is made with cheese, like halloumi cheese and tapioca flour. And I personally love it. Since I've been vegan, I never had it because it's very difficult to find dadinho de tapioca. So I'm very excited to try.
Whereas this is just looks like more like halloumi cheese style with tapioca on the outside. Am I right?
Sweet pepper sauce. Very good.
It's like a block of cheese. It's quite similar to pão de queijo.
Yeah. I think this is the ever first time that we got something that is the same, but honestly couldn't get different. Look at this plate. We got hummus, we got rice, we got very nice lentils and falafel. This looks very good. This is very delicious, like a lot of nice spices and very different flavor.
I'm impressed by this plate. Nice texture, good flavors. These are the best places that we come to, I think. Like, everywhere we eat here is good. Like homey cooked stuff. Similar to the food truck that we went to before. Yeah, very good. It's like a banh mi.
The Brazilian banh mi.
No, it's really good. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you that bit.
Dessert time. So what we got here is a carrot cake. It's like orange and you eat with chocolate on top. It's literally very different from the carrot cake other people are used to. I'm just gonna get a little piece here so you understand what I'm talking about. I guess I've never seen a carrot cake like that. It's just so good.
Looks like it's like less
fluffy.
Oh, it is fluffy.
It is fluffy. It's not heavy at all. It's delicious. The chocolate top is warm. Oh, so good. It reminds me when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's delicious. Alright, and now we're here in Olinda.
Olinda was the first capital of Pernambuco before they moved to Recife. The reason why they moved is because here was too vulnerable from attacks. So the Dutch decided, no, we have to move.
And here it seems like they've kept it as a smaller town, but also very touristy because it's very historic. There's not too much been updated. It looks, I was going to say, we're in Olinda, but we also feel like we're in another century. But yeah, the architecture, all sort of colonial style, as you can see behind me. We're going to go check out the church, check out a few sites. Well, about a 30-minute drive with the traffic from Recife. Not too bad. Some days maybe you get it in less, but depending on what part of Recife you're in. But it's definitely worth the visit. Look how many churches. How you've got the like colonial buildings interspersed with just bright green trees surrounded by ocean. Beautiful. Oh look, mango trees. Oh, fresh mango on the roof. Everyone here is so nice. With a tour guide telling us that when they first came here, or the first Portuguese arrived, when they say Olinda ocasião, what a beautiful occasion, opportunity to start a new settlement here. And then they've maintained it being Olinda because they've got so much bloody colours everywhere. It must have to be quite a lot of work. They are exposed up here, so the elements would take the colours away quite quickly, so they must have to refurbish the paint quite regularly. So now we're on our way to see Alceu Valença's house. For all the non-Brazilians or people that don't know Alceu Valença, this is 3 seconds of his song. I knew his songs, and he mentions different places in Recife. Everywhere you go in this town is just ridiculously bright. Well, we kind of just got scammed. We noticed as we're walking through this whole city, there's clearly a project going on where they're trying to give tours to every tourist to go around, because it's like one of those cities, kind of like Venice in a way, that the whole city itself is like a tourist attraction, like lots of different sites all over. So they're trying to get guides to go, you know, show you around, show you all the sites and explain the significance of it. And the guy, to be fair, we didn't ask for any tour, we didn't ask for any guide, we didn't ask for anything. He just started giving us facts and was sort of kept coming with us, and we didn't tell him to leave or anything, so he kept giving us facts, and then afterward decided to try and give us a little mini tour that we didn't want to buy. And then so he did his pitch about the project itself, which I'm still not sure because he didn't have a badge, he didn't have the uniform that a lot of the other people do, but we gave him money, asked for some change. He then just basically ran off and didn't come back. And then the woman that we bought water from said, yeah, he's not coming back.
No, but first it was funny because I don't know what to believe, because first he said, oh, buy water for me, buy water from me, and then we bought water from her. I just said, oh, he's the best tour guide around. And then after he got our money, she said, oh, he's not gonna go back.
These things happen, it's fine. But he did give us some interesting facts on the way. He said they basically paint these buildings one time a year to keep them so bright. He told us about the colors that they actually served the purpose back in the day. Instead of having numbers, they just had colors. So you go to this road and it would be the yellow house on this road, etc, etc. He also said that all of the houses, the way they're decorated, so if they have certain amounts of layers and stuff, will also lead to significance of who lives there as far as level on society. So whether they're a rich person or whatever status that they've got, you can easily tell that by their houses. And of course, just like any society, people want to brag about being the best, want to show off their power. But what it is now is just an interesting small colonial type city. It's got a bit of an old school European vibe to it here. But now walking through this with people playing football in the park and stuff, I feel like I'm in South America again. But I definitely do think it's worth the visit to come to Olinda if you're in Recife or if you're in this area. I don't know how much there is to do outside of just exploring the town for a day or so. They have lots of like bus tours going around from Recife as well, or from Olinda as well, that you can arrange. Very pretty, absolutely worth coming. Today is another travel day. So we always start these travel days like this, look. Bags already organized, except the clothes that we need to train with, because we always go training, and today's no exception. So we're going to go to the gym for a 7 AM session, get a good sweat in. Bit of a hectic day on today. If we like lived in one place, we would love to like go to a gym like this, right?
Yeah, we like this style, yeah.
So like lots of weights, squat racks, gym, and where we did jiu-jitsu the other day.
Yeah, that's cool. We really like this gym.
So as we finish our gym session and stop looking at B's massive arms, we'll wrap up the video here. Recife has been one of our favourite cities so far, and we really hope we've been able to share that with you. If you've made it all the way to the end and enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, really does help us out. Subscribe if you want to continue following us along on our journey, and say hi in the comments below. Love chatting with you guys down there. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. More Brazilian videos to come. Ciao!